I'm John Lanius. Welcome to The Room. The Room gives you access to Geniecast top thought leaders, authors, entrepreneurs, business coaches, sports celebrities, and much more. Our guests will share ideas and concepts that you may use to better your organization and propel your teams. My guest today is Judi Holler. She is the owner of Holla Worldwide, a creative company that is on a mission to be the global voice for the transformative power of the improv mindset to help teams, leaders, and organizations vibe and thrive. Her work takes the experimental principles of the improv theater and helps apply them to the unscripted stage of everyday life. Hi, Judi. Welcome to The Room.
John, it's so great to be here, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, as a fellow improviser, and this is not about me today, it's about you, but I'm so excited because I have this sense that we may throw everything out the window and who knows where we're going to go, right?
Oh, life is improv. A lot of people these days love to talk about the pivot. But you and I, John, we know what we're really doing. We're improvising, and you are going to improvise the rest of your life. And I think the word improvise is a lot more empowering. This is an idea that I'm happy to explore with you.
I love it. I love it. All right. For those who don't know, what does it mean to be a professionally trained improviser?
Well, the formal definition of improv theater is as so: two or more people collaborating in environments of uncertainty with the common goal of creating a solution. So my guess is that if you're watching this right now, you are probably raising your hand or screaming heck yes, because every day you are moving through uncertainty, you are navigating change, you are collaborating. And I always say, like, to the parents, if you have a small child in your house, just getting the child up and dressed with the teeth brushed and their hair brushed and the pants on is an improv performance most days. I mean, every one of us are improvising. And what makes the improv theater so unique and very different than traditional stand-up comedy is that we have no script. The plot, the storyline, the characters, the dialogue, it's all made up on the fly as we go. And we use our training really to succeed confidently on stage without a script. So if we go back to that formal definition of improv theater, two or more people, we work with an ensemble, collaborating, working together in environments of uncertainty, no script, with the common goal of creating a solution, building a scene that supports each other and goes somewhere fun and unexpected is really what the improv theater is all about. So improv training is also life training.
So if I'm following along, we're ticking a lot of boxes. We are at least two people. We are engaged in a collaboration. We're going to be going to destinations unknown. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yes, and I can't wait to find out where we're going. So, John, maybe if it works, we should do a little improv scene to help the viewer understand how the improv theater works. Would you want to play a game with me? And by the way, I did not get your permission to do this. Would you want to do a little improv with me, play a game called the Yes and game?
Okay, I love that you brought up yes and, because that's kind of the basis of improv. So of course you have my permission. Now the audience should know that because we're broadcasting, there's about a second to a second and a half delay. So that could add a whole new level to this.
Yeah, and what's so great about it is we as improvisers understand, and this is one of the big points to land. And I think you'll see this reveal itself when we move through the exercise, John. But there are no mistakes, only gifts in the improv theater. We either win or we learn, but we don't lose. And I love this mindset because one of the things that has allowed me to really live a high quality life and amplify the results for my outputs is because I'm not afraid to look silly. I'm not afraid to mess it up because I have been trained in the thought process of the improv mindset, which means that we don't see failure. We really see opportunity, and we understand that the weird stuff that happens can really be magical moments. So let's give it a go and see what happens.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game called the Yes and Party game. We're gonna throw a party, me and you. And what I want to do is demonstrate the power of these two words used together. Because John, you remember, this is the first thing we learn in the improv theater. Yes, and. You remember, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And
so we're going.
I could keep going.
Yes, which is what we want to do. So we're going to plan a party. And let's just say we now work for Geniecast. And we're going to throw the Geniecast holiday party 2021. There is no budget, meaning we can do whatever we want to do. There's no rules. There's no COVID. Life is awesome. We can do whatever we want. And we're going to plan this party 3 separate ways. So we're going to run 3 rounds. Okay, John? The first round we'll do now. When I throw out a suggestion for the party, all I want you to do, John, is just tell me no. Just say no, okay?
No.
It's already begun. Okay. Okay, so, John, I am so excited to throw the Geniecast holiday party. We're going to rent a cruise ship.
No.
All right, here's what we'll do. We'll go to Hawaii instead. Everybody loves Hawaii.
No.
All right, yeah, that could be kind of far. What about the zoo? Oh my gosh, we'll take everybody to the zoo.
No.
Okay, I'm going to pause you there. Perfectly done. We have all worked with these people, been around these people. You might have some of these people sitting next to you right now. You got them in your family and on your teams. These are the people that just shut everything down. So we want to avoid that. However, there's another group of people that likes to lurk around. So we're going to play this game round 2. And every time, John, I throw out an idea for the party, you respond with yes, but, and give me a reason why it won't work. Okay?
Okay.
John, I'm so excited for the Geniecast holiday party. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to rent out the United Center in Chicago and fly in Beyonce.
No, but there won't be enough people to attend.
That's a good point. With travel restrictions, here's what we'll do. We will take everybody to Mexico and let them bring their spouse.
No, but nobody will like the water.
Yeah, water in Mexico is super tricky. All right, here's what we'll do. We are going to fly everybody first class back to Hawaii. You can't hate Hawaii, right?
No, but everybody's arms will be tired and they'll complain.
Okay, so great. We know these people, the yes, but people, or the no, but people, right? This notion that, yeah, great idea, but I love you. John, you've probably heard this. I hope you haven't, but I love you, but your presentation was great, but John, you're an awesome host, but, right? So like basically everything you just said before the but you did not mean, right? But is you controlling. It is you afraid. It is you out of your element. It's you afraid to look at what could possibly be next. So it's controlling. It's fear-based and it's anxiety-ridden. So we know the no people. We know the yes but people. We want to enter the magical kingdom of yes and, the 2 words that have most certainly changed my life the most. And maybe we dig into this after we finish the game, but now you and I are going to really plan a party. Okay, John, I'm going to throw out the first idea. You're going to respond with yes and add to the idea. I'll go yes and, you'll yes and, and we'll do this for a few sentences and we'll see what kind of party happens this time.
Yes, and I'm ready.
Okay. Yes. All right, John, I am so excited about the Geniecast holiday party. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it mandatory. Everybody wears sequin.
Yes, and I also think that everybody should have roller skates.
Yes, and those roller skates will have light up neon on the rollers so we know where everybody is at all times.
Yes, and they'll also glow in the dark so everybody in any circumstance can be seen.
Yes, and you know what we'll do? We'll give everybody $500 American Express gift cards so they can get whatever they want that night to eat.
Yes, and pizza. Lots and lots of pizza.
Yes, and margaritas. Lots and lots of margaritas.
Yes, and streamers. Oh my gosh, we need streamers.
Yes, and if we're going to have streamers, we need confetti for sure.
Yes, and a cleanup crew. We all need a cleanup crew.
Yes, and at the end of the night, here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell them all they got raises.
Yes, and then we'll give them bank accounts.
And scene! Round of applause. Okay, that felt different. You could feel the energy between me and John, and that changed. It was more exciting. It was playful. We heightened and we explored. That's the gift of these two words when used together. Yes, gets you in the game. Yes, puts you in motion, but and kicks the door off of it, right? Kicks the lid off of any box that you're in. The and allows you to heighten and explore. It allows you to see and collaborate and to really find possibility in very ordinary things. And I think, and this is the work we're doing in the company now, we really believe that and is your superpower, and is Batman, yes, is Robin, because and truly being brave enough to add something new to you, to your work, to your relationships, to your day-to-day is what allows you to truly innovate wherever you are.
This is fantastic. So we're going to go to break. When we come back, I want to talk about vibing and thriving, because by the time we arrived to Yes And, we were definitely vibing and thriving. So we'll be right back with my guest, Judi Holler, and you're watching The Room.
Introducing Genie Talk, the latest offering from Geniecast, the #1 virtual event and experience company. With Genie Talk, you can connect with an expert on any subject, anywhere, at any time. It's a one-to-one conversation in a private video call on our safe and secure platform. It's not a presentation. It's not a speech. It's an engaging, informative conversation with an expert. Whether it's a C-suite, business author, or prominent speaker, they are on Genie Talk. Just search for what you're interested in, from leadership to marketing, to motivation, to diversity and inclusion, and more. Find one of our many experts on that topic. Then set up a time to meet virtually. We'll connect your calendars to find a convenient time. Next, we'll send a link, and then the virtual call happens. Payment is simple and easy through our easy-to-use platform. It's the ultimate fast, frictionless way to speak to an expert about anything, anywhere, anytime. That's Genie Talk.
We're back with Judi Holler, professionally trained improviser, author, and keynote speaker. So before the break, we said we would talk about vibing and thriving. So Judi, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, so we take very seriously our mental health and our mental wealth, right? And we're working every day to build that mental wealth because we realize that in order to truly thrive in this life, right? Everything's cause and effect. So thriving is success, more money in the bank, whatever success, health, whatever success looks like for you, it's going to look different for everybody. That requires you, that is the effect of really protecting your vibe, right? Your mental wealth, your mental health, your physical, emotional, and spiritual being, right? And so I believe that your net worth, in simpler terms, is really tied to your net worth, and businesses and brands that really sparkle on the outside come from human beings who choose to do so on the inside. And so in our Vibe and Thrive community, we use the improv mindset to help people protect the most important real estate they own, which is the headspace between their two ears, so that they can thrive in business the way they want to thrive in business.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you also teach 4 pillars. So what are the 4 pillars?
I teach 4 pillars. I didn't realize that I taught 4 pillars. we have categories that we love to live in. And I would think from a pillars perspective, we love to help people think differently about entrepreneurship, right? This means we go from sort of not knowing anything about business to having a community that can help us get to where we want to go. We talk about vibing and really what that looks like to protect your energy and to amplify the way you show up every day, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We talk about thriving, which helps you sort of go from, chaos to clarity, right? You'll never really be able to move things forward in your business if you're not able to focus. And I think the 4th thing that we really love to talk about in our community is, of course, the improv mindset, where we help people go from like, oh my God, I've got to be in control of everything, to it's all right to be flexible. And actually, I need to be flexible. So maybe I answered the question right. Those are the 4 key areas we love to DJ content out from. So I guess they're pillars, which is a way fancier term.
That was fantastic. I want to applaud that. I'm the only one applauding right now, but that was fantastic. That right there is that right there is the perfect example of really taking something external that you didn't expect, and then you're pulling from all your experience and all of that, and you're making it into a message that made complete sense. And really that's the beauty of improv, where a lot of people, they get so afraid of being able to take a moment. I'm like, well, I don't know, like, what are all the questions? As somebody who's interviewed people for many years, they want questions oftentimes before you engage, and you miss the moment that you just saw, which was magic. So thank you for that.
You know what? Thank you for recognizing that. That has taken years of practice and experience. So I had to give you a little bit of trouble, because I was like, pillars? I have pillars. But it's also I did not know the questions. There is no script for this, right? And so to your point, the more you do this, right, you have to be willing to do the uncomfortable things required in order to earn a comfortable life. And the only way anyone will ever get comfortable being uncomfortable is by being brave enough to do the uncomfortable things, right? And so, yeah, I want to equally pair that with a deep sense of self-trust. I think over the years, I've gotten really good at trusting myself and allowing myself to go off script a little bit and just be me, right? Because there's nothing more exhausting than trying to be something that you're not. And this is what we're trying to teach people all the time. And certainly in the Vibe and Thrive community, right? Like, trust yourself, like, trust that what you have is good enough. And John, you know this from the improv theater, they're always saying, like, the first thing is usually the best thing. Like, and the improv theater, it's not about the best thing. It's about the next thing. So what are you doing to move things forward for yourself, for your business, for your family, for your kids, for your life? That's what it's all about.
So you talked about being uncomfortable. One of my favorite quotes is, one definition of mastery is being comfortable in the uncomfortable. And you really just nailed that answer really beautifully. So if we're looking at fear, what I oftentimes call a baseline anxiety, like everybody, if they're being honest, fear is always present, but it's oftentimes a baseline anxiety. It's different for different people. So what's your coaching to people when they're venturing into new territories and they sense that fear?
Ooh, first of all, number one, thank you. Because it means you're alive. It means you're alive, right? Anytime I'm backstage before a talk or about to go on stage for an improv scene or about to get on The Room with John, right? You feel those nerves. You feel like you're about to do something you haven't done before. And first thing I do is say thank you, because that feeling inside my body is a great reminder that I'm very much alive, right? If I didn't feel that feeling, I might be somewhere else right now. So I'm very grateful for that feeling. So number one, gratitude. And number two, usually once you do the scary thing, you're a few minutes into it, you've gotten in a little too deep with momentum, and a lot of that stuff is gone. So we just sort of need to step out onto the proverbial karaoke stage, right? And step out onto that high dive and get moving, because it's in the momentum that we sometimes forget how fearful we are. That said, listen, one of the big conversations we're having all the time, and this is why I think so many people are confused, we are teaching people that we need to be fearless. And I don't necessarily believe that's the case. There's fearless t-shirts and jewelry and bumper stickers and all this stuff. Everybody's telling you to go fearless. And that's a little bit unrealistic, because think about it, John, if you were really fearless, you would do crazy stuff. Like, you would never pay your taxes. You would probably never go to a doctor. You would go hang out with someone who has like level 10 COVID, right? You would do all kinds of crazy stuff. And Elizabeth Gilbert wrote in her book, Big Magic Fish, she said, the only fearless people I know are 5-year-olds and sociopaths. And I don't think we are sociopaths. And I love a 5-year-old, but we don't want to be 5 again. So no, the goal isn't fearless. The goal is figuring out how to fear our fear just a little bit less. And this is truly what makes you brave. So thank your fear. It keeps you alive, right? It can ride shotgun. It's just never allowed to drive your car, because sometimes your fear is going to keep you real safe. And sometimes your fear is going to be a compass pushing you in a direction you need to go.
More with Judi Holler and our 5 questions after this break. You're watching The Room. Welcome back. We're talking with Judi Holler, a trained improviser, author, and keynote speaker. Every week on The Room, we're going to ask our guests the same 5 questions. Now, Judi, as someone who has assisted many people to vibe and thrive, we hope you'll appreciate how we're collecting insights on specific topics to provide our audience insights and tools that they may use for their own success. Are you ready for your 5 questions?
I'm so ready.
All right. Question number 1. What do you see as the biggest opportunities that businesses aren't taking advantage of in the world today?
Trusting that they have what it takes right now to innovate where they are right now. And I believe that you can use the one word "and" to do that. I really think companies can simply add something new to them and make big change in their organizations. And personally, you're in a rut in your relationship, add something new. Your team is in a rut creatively, add something new. This is a yes and moment.
Great. Question number 2, if you could have a conversation with one person from any time or anywhere, who would it be and why?
Oh, it has to be Oprah Winfrey. I mean, in my dreams, I've been on Super Soul Sunday for as long as I can remember. My goodness, Oprah all day long. In my head, I feel like we already know each other. I've been dress rehearsing this most of my life. But yeah, I'd sit on that Super Soul Sunday couch and have a little conversation with Oprah about the ampersand and its power.
Love it. Question number 3, what is one book every person in business should read and why?
Ooh, wow. This is tough. You're going to make me pick a favorite of my darlings. I would say listen, it goes back to Vibe and Thrive. If you truly want to thrive in this life, it's not going to work if you don't work. And there is a beautiful book called A Happy Pocket Full of Money. And it is a beautiful book about abundance and mindset and how you really hold so much power, more than you can even imagine. And so much of it is between your 2 ears. And I wish I read it. I think it should be reading in high schools. It's incredible.
Great. Question number 4, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Oh, don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk.
I love it.
Don't be a jerk.
Question number 5. Why is a conversation better than a lecture?
Oh, it's collaborative. It's improv in motion. It is not scripted. It has no agenda. It's fun. It's freestyle. It's everything. And I miss live conversations tremendously, but I love having virtual conversations like this one. But yeah, it's improv in motion.
Even with the delay, you seem okay with it.
I am.
I'd like to thank Judi Holler for being my guest on The Room today and sharing her thoughts and insights. Judi, what would you like to leave us with today?
I would just say that you have the secret weapon, and it is in the one word and. And when you feel lost, when you feel stuck, when you feel in a rut, when you feel like you may lose or that you're not innovative enough, add something new to you every day. And this is what true innovation really is. And it's the house we're building right now. And I would tell everyone to say yes, but and it, right? Take it to the next level, add something extra, and make sure you're doing something new to you and your business every day. And this is how we really get out of the box we're in.
I love it. And Judi, I'd like to leave you with, you're the first guest on The Room where we have, taken the steps to create something new. And, some of it, may have fell flat. Some of it, was really exciting. But what I love about you as a guest is that we took what you're doing in the world and applied it to this particular show. And I had such a great time. So thank you so much again for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to Geniecast for understanding. I mean, what a great company. You're innovating and you're improvising right now. And I'm proud to be a part of that.
I love it. Join us next week when our guest will be author, former lead solo pilot of the Blue Angels, and venture capitalist John Foley. John is on a mission to inspire individuals, teams, and organizations around the world to reach their highest potential while sustaining excellence under dynamic change. I'm John Lanius. We'll see you next time on The Room.